The grand ballroom of Hartwell University shimmered under 1,000 lights, velvet drapes, crystal chandeliers, tables gleaming with fine china and gold-rimmed glasses. It was the annual Hartwell Founders Gala, where old money met new power. Trust fund kids in tailored tuxedos, legacy donors in couture gowns, professors and deans mingling with billionaires. At 7:14 p.m., as the orchestra swelled, Olivia Bennet stepped into the ballroom. She wore a simple but elegant dark green dress, one she'd saved for months to buy. Her hair was tied back in a soft, low bun. Hazel eyes bright, though edged with nerves. Her heels were modest, her clutch secondhand, but her posture straight, determined. She was here on merit, a full academic scholarship, top of her class in mathematics, the first in her family to ever attend Hartwell. And tonight, her invitation was earned as a guest of the dean for her research awards. But not everyone saw it that way. Victoria Langford, senior, legacy student, daughter of a hedge fund titan, spotted her first. With her usual entourage, Chloe Davenport, polished and cruel, Preston Hale, smug, son of a senator, Miles Carter, influencer, always streaming. Victoria's lips curled in a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Look who made it past security," she whispered to Chloe. "Didn't know this was a charity gala." Laughter rippled through their group. Olivia heard it, felt the stares, but she held her head high. She wasn't here for them. She was here because she'd earned her place. Still, the whispers grew, the glances lingered. Victoria and her clique circled, eyes sharp. And in the air, something heavier than judgment hung. Tonight, they had plans, and Olivia didn't yet know how far they were willing to go. By 8:30 p.m., the ballroom was in full swing. Champagne flowed, laughter echoed beneath the chandeliers. Photographers drifted between glittering guests. Olivia stayed near the edge of the room, polite, poised, but alone. She'd spoken with a few professors, exchanged smiles with the dean, but the old money crowd kept their distance. Victoria and her clique, they hovered, watching. Preston whispered, "Who let her in again?" Miles chuckled, camera already rolling. Chloe eyed Olivia's dress with a sneer. Then Victoria smiled, sharp as a blade. "Let's welcome her," she said sweetly. She swept toward the champagne tower, lifted a glass, too full, tilting dangerously. With perfect timing, she turned, collided just so with Olivia. A full pour of icy champagne cascaded over Olivia's hair, shoulders, and dress. The room gasped. Liquid soaked the silk, trailing down her arms, pooling at her heels. Stray bubbles clung to her skin. Phones rose, flashes fired. Victoria feigned shock. "Oh my gosh, so clumsy." Preston laughed openly. "Guess it's not a night for everyone." Miles's camera caught every drop. Chloe's smirk was poison. And Olivia? She stood frozen, chest rising once, lips pressed tight. Hazel eyes gleaming, not with tears, but something colder, sharper. Without a word, she removed her name tag, a small honor pin from the dean, and set it calmly on the nearby table. Then she reached for her phone. One text, one name, one simple message, delivered, read. She glanced once toward the grand marble staircase and waited. The ballroom buzzed, cameras still flashing. Olivia stood composed, champagne dripping from her dress, her phone tucked neatly away. Across the room, Victoria whispered, "Guess she'll leave now." Chloe giggled. "Back to her dorm, poor thing." Preston smirked. Not exactly gala material. But Olivia didn't move. She glanced again toward the entrance. And then the grand double doors swung open. A hush fell like a wave. Framed beneath the marble arch stood Nicholas Sterling, billionaire philanthropist, newly appointed chairman of Hartwell University's Board of Trustees, and Olivia's godfather. Few in the room had met him, but all knew his name. 6'3", broad-shouldered, silver at his temples, sharp steel-gray eyes beneath a tailored black tuxedo. A presence that turned heads and silenced rooms. He strode across the marble, deliberate, unhurried. Guests parted instinctively, phones lowered, whispers rippled. That's Sterling. Why is he here, now? Victoria paled. Chloe's lips parted in shock. Preston stiffened. Miles lowered his camera. Nicholas reached Olivia's side. His gaze swept her, the soaked dress, the still composed stance. Softly he asked, "Are you all right?" Olivia met his eyes, voice calm, clear. "Yes, I was waiting." Nicholas's expression hardened, steel beneath velvet. He turned to the crowd, voice rich, carrying. "I understand there's been an incident." A beat of frozen silence. Then Victoria stammered, "Sir, it was an accident, just a spill." Nicholas's gaze cut through her. "I've seen the footage." Another hush. Guests stared, tension mounting. Nicholas's voice remained cool. "Let's make this very clear. Miss Olivia Bennet is my goddaughter, and one of Hartwell's top scholars." He glanced toward the dean, who, face pale, gave a quick nod. Nicholas faced the clique. "And those responsible will answer, publicly." The ballroom held its breath. Nicholas's words echoed. "And those responsible will answer, publicly." Victoria's face drained of color. "Sir, please," she began, voice trembling. "It wasn't meant to harm anyone." Nicholas's gaze turned cold steel. "You intentionally humiliated a scholar. At my university. At my table." His voice carried, calm but cutting. Every guest heard. Every phone began recording. The dean stepped forward, nervous, clearing his throat. "Mr. Sterling, of course we'll address this internally." Nicholas didn't waver. "This will be addressed now." He faced the clique. Victoria Langford, Chloe Davenport, Preston Hale, Miles Carter. Each name landed like a gavel. "You are hereby suspended, effective immediately. Your conduct is unbecoming of Hartwell, and should the board concur, you will be expelled." Gasps rippled through the ballroom. Phones rose higher. Guests whispered, "Expelled at the gala? This is going viral." Victoria's voice cracked. "My father's a major donor. You can't." Nicholas met her gaze, unblinking. "I can, and I will." Chloe sobbed openly. Miles paled, clutching his phone uselessly. Preston opened his mouth, then shut it, jaw clenched. Nicholas turned to Olivia. "Would you like to stay or leave?" She lifted her chin, calm, composed despite the soaked dress. "I'll stay," she said softly. A rare smile touched Nicholas's lips. "Then so shall I." He offered his arm. She accepted, steady, dignified. As they moved toward the head table, the disgraced clique stood frozen, humiliated before the entire gala. And the cameras caught every second. The video hit 1 million views within 48 hours. Scholar humiliated at Ivy Gala. Billionaire chairman responds live. Board chairman expulsion speech goes viral. Clips flooded TikTok and YouTube. Comments poured in. She stood there like a queen. This is what real power looks like. Never mess with the quiet ones. Victoria? Her family tried to contain the scandal. Didn't work. Sponsors pulled. Internships vanished. Her expulsion finalized by the board within the week. Chloe deleted all her socials. Her influencer deals dried up. She faded into digital obscurity. Preston faced Senate ethics inquiries, his father's campaign caught in the fallout.
Miles' streaming career collapsed overnight. Toxic content flagged and banned. And Olivia? She didn't shrink from the spotlight. Weeks later, at the Hartwell Academic Honors Ceremony, she walked the stage in a new emerald gown. Nicholas stood in the front row, watching with quiet pride. As flashbulbs popped, she held her award high. No champagne, no shame, just strength. That night, on the terrace of Nicholas's penthouse, the city lights glittered below. Olivia leaned on the railing, fresh night breeze in her hair. Nicholas joined her, a glass of sparkling water in hand.
"You didn't have to make it so public," she said softly. Nicholas smiled. "They made it public," he replied. "I simply finished the story." She laughed, eyes shining. She had walked through the fire and risen, not because of his name, but because of who she was. And that was enough. Have you ever been underestimated or judged for where you come from? Then this story is for you. Hit like if you believe in standing tall. Subscribe for more true justice stories. Share this with someone who needs this reminder today.